everybody to another video. In this video I am going to show you a glimpse of my LG game settings and some gameplay tests for 120 Hz on the Xbox Series X on the LG C9 Series. Now this video I'm making, I should have made this a long time ago, but I'm making this video for all the C9 owners out there, and if you're not a C9 owner, it can still be very informative for you, and you can learn a lot from this video. But also in this video, I'm gonna tell you guys a couple features that you guys probably don't know, and if you do, then that's great. But I'm just gonna put that out there on here because I'll learn from the YouTube community, so we learn from each other. So I'm not gonna take the credit for it, but I learned from you guys, and thank you guys for the information on that. But particularly on the LG C9, which came back in 2019, and back in 2019 all there was the Xbox One X, and that was the only console out there that can output 120 Hz, but it's 120 Hz at 1440p resolution. So now I was looking online for videos to see if my C9 can actually if it's 4K ready at 120 Hz, but a lot of videos I saw, even though they were good, it wasn't clear if the C9 can actually do it. So that's why I'm making this video, to clarify what the C9 can do. So rest assured, the LG C9 OLED series can output native 4K at 120 Hz with HDR on the Xbox Series X. And mind you, it depends on the game, but a lot of the games are optimized to do 120 Hz. But like I said, back then I wasn't sure if my LG C9, even though all the HDMI ports, all four of them are 2.1, I wasn't sure if it can handle 4K natively at 120 Hz with HDR. So rest assured, for the LG C9 owners out there, you don't have to worry about it. Your LG C9 can do the 4K at 120 Hz, just like the newer models can. And also, if you didn't know, a couple features that I learned, like I was saying earlier, from the YouTube community, is that if you want to check your resolution, if you didn't know, you can either check it from an app on the phone, LG app on the phone, and that's how I was doing before, not realizing it, but just take your Magic Remote, and on the stroll wheel, just click down on it like R3 as you would on an Xbox controller. Click down on it and it'll pull up your HDMI port, and then highlight it, click on it like the Xbox HDMI 3 there, click on it right there, and then it'll show you your resolution, it'll show you your HDR on it, but that is all good and dandy. And how do you check to see what hertz you're running? Well, just go ahead and hold down your settings button, and you guys already know this, but just pull up your settings and hold on your settings button. It'll pull up your menu and scroll all the way down to the game channel or the channel tuning. Highlight your channel tuning, and when you highlight your channel tuning, just input the number 1 5 times, and it'll pull up your resolution and hertz that you're currently outputting on that display. So that is the two features that I know a lot of people probably did not know, but that's how you check that. And also, like I said in this video, I'm gonna show you guys a little gameplay on the Xbox Series X, and let me just tell you, you're gonna see the gameplay in a moment, but let me tell you, I'm testing the Gears 5 game here, and Gears 5 is optimized at 120 Hz not just 120 hertz, it's optimized at 120 frames per second 4K with HDR on the Xbox Series S, and it is smooth and it's beautiful. And let me compare it. So let me just tell you guys some insights. So for the when you're running on the, let's say, the Xbox One X, when you're running Xbox One X, if you do not know, to get 120 hertz, you have to force on 120 hertz. And when you force 120 hertz on the Xbox One X, you only get 1440p resolution with no HDR. And it looks beautiful, right? Now, on my laptop or on my desktop, I also play Gears 5. And on Gears 5, I run 1440p at 120 hertz with no HDR. Now, 1440p is beautiful on the Xbox One S or Xbox One X, and even though there's no HDR, but when you play Gears 5 on the PC, 1440p at 120 hertz, obviously on the PC, the graphics fidelity and everything, it's gonna look a little bit better for 1440p at 120 hertz. So I'll reiterate, if you're running 1440p on a console, it's gonna look good and everything, but on a PC, when you run 1440p, it's gonna look a little bit better, sharper and colorful and whatnot. So I'm just gonna use that as a reference point. So it looks really amazing when you run 1440p on a PC on Gears 5. Now, on the Xbox Series X, when you run it 4K, native 4K at 120 hertz with HDR10, obviously, even though it's 4K, 2160, which is 4K, obviously 4K is higher than 1440p, but I'm just using that 1440p on the PC as a reference. That 2160p, that 4K at 120 hertz on the Xbox Series X blows away the PC graphic when you're running 1440p at 120 hertz on the PC. Now, granted, it's a PC, and I'm just saying, using the PC for 1440p, it is amazing. It's probably the best 1440p you'll ever get. For the resolution will be on a PC, and obviously on the Xbox Series X, it's a 4K, and I know it's 4K and it's 1440p, but I'm using it as reference. So the 4K at 120 hertz with HDR10 on the C9 LG C9 Series OLED, the graphics is amazing. You rest assured you're not gonna have any complaints, because the graphics blows any 1440p PC graphics away. Now, obviously, if you're running 4K or 8K in a PC, that's probably gonna be better. But I'm just saying, 4K on the Xbox Series X is gonna blow away the 1440p 120 hertz on the PC. So I just want to put that out there, just give you a little comparison on that. And that is pretty much it for this video. I just should have made this video a long time ago, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people have a lot of questions, especially for the C9 owners out there. If your TV is capable of doing 4K 120, when you have a device that can do it. So rest assured, and this video will prove that. And thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Hooded Dragons out.